Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to another No BS social media chat. I don't think I've ever had a discussion with a potential client, with an existing client, about social media that didn't involve numbers. And we've talked about numbers before. And everybody's obsessed with the amount of likes, the amount of followers, the amount of friends, whatever the metric is that each particular social media platform uses. They're obsessed with boosting their numbers and boosting them quickly. And while I appreciate that, and again, we've touched on that. We've touched about, well, we've touched about quantity and quality, where it's more important to have quality likes, quality followers, quality fans, if you will, more important than it is quantity. I know some people still look at quantity, but if they want to, that's fine. But I think more importantly, there are other numbers that need to be looked at, that you need to be focusing on with your social media. And those are what I call the secondary numbers. On Facebook, it's the second number on your page. It's the engagement level of the page. If you have the Facebook app, you can go in and you can look at it, and I'd pull it up here, it's kind of too cumbersome. You can look at post reach or total reach. Those numbers are important. You can see how many people your posts are really getting to. You can really see the percentages, and the engagement is the important part. What percentage of the people it's getting to are actually paying attention to it, are actually liking it, commenting it, and whatever it is. That's the important stuff. It's those percentages. When it comes to Twitter, it's things like retweets and likes. That means, again, people are seeing it. Because you can throw a tweet out there, and it doesn't mean anything if you got a lot of fans, if nobody's looking at it. And I see that especially with Twitter all the time, where you can have a huge fan base, but they may not be engaged people. They may have liked your page a while back, and then they don't go back to Twitter, and they're of no use to you. Same thing when it comes to Instagram. It's all about the likes and the comments. I look at my like numbers more than I look at my fan base numbers all the time. In fact, when I look at fan base numbers, I then immediately go to look at likes to see how engaged a fan base is. And you can see real quick how many people have bought inactive people, bought fake people, bought people who don't matter. As I say, with some of my Instagram accounts, I have a lot of music business people on it, I have a lot of media people on it, and they don't pay attention to anything else anybody does but their own stuff. So my percentages are down. That's just a reality of what my fan base is, if you will. And I understand that going in. I've got a lot of media friends who have Instagram accounts who do nothing with it. So are they really worth keeping around? And I always like to go in and see what they're up to and always see what they're doing, so it's no big harm, no big foul. When it comes to YouTube, things like subscriber numbers. And this is the one thing I stress to clients all the time, especially if you can find a way to incorporate YouTube into what you're doing. Think about the fact is that not only do you have video views, but when you see that subscriber number, that's the amount of people that are actually going to get an email once a week saying, hey, by the way, this person just released a video and you need to pay attention to it. That is invaluable. It's almost like having an email list, almost, but not quite the same thing. We've talked about email lists before. So when it comes to comments, when it comes to thumbs up and thumbs down on YouTube, those are the metrics you need to be looking at. And I think that's the important part about the social media. Sure, you know what? It's great to have a lot of people who are, a lot of video views on YouTube, a lot of followers on Instagram and on Twitter, and a lot of likes, if you will, or fans, if you will, on Facebook. And those are important, and those are great numbers, and those are the easy numbers to look at. I've seen too many people, especially in the music business, well, how many likes do they have on Facebook? And when I say, here's the number, but that's not the real metric, you have to break down the metric and say, well, here's the percentage of people who actually like their page and the people who are actually engaged on their page. And when you can show a good percentage, you can go, oh, okay, we've got something here. Because numbers can be bought, fake numbers can be had, and I've seen too many people go out and buy fake followers, fake fans, if you will, just to increase their numbers when it really doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. And if you really pay attention close enough, if you really look at it for more than a couple of days, you can see real quick that they're fake and really quick that they don't matter. And when it comes to social media, when it comes to building your fan base, we're talking about real people. We're talking about real engagement. I know we live in a world of fantasy and make-believe sometimes. You can't make it, and you got to fake it until you do, or you fake it until you make it. That's what the old saying is. And there's some truth to that. And that's the necessary evil, if you will, of social media, especially when some people just want to look at the basics. But if you're really doing a good job, start digging deeper into the numbers. And this is before we even get into the whole analytics and get into the whole depth of your Facebook page and all the stuff that comes with it and all the tools you can use to dig deeper in the numbers. Are you looking at those secondary numbers? Are you looking at those numbers that are starting to tell a story? Because if you do, it's going to help you in the long run. It's going to be the next step up to help you figure out what you're doing with social media. we're here to help, of course. And if you want a professional service, hey, that's what we're here to do. If not, keep watching videos. Go back and watch some more of the videos. Back next week with the No BS Social Media Chat. NoBSSocial.com, the website. Of course, yes, we're on YouTube. We like to get likes and comments and thumbs up and the whole bit. No BS Social is our channel on YouTube as well. Put them up on Facebook, on our Intensity Media Facebook page. Stop by any of them. If you want to contact me, you want to reach out directly, want to talk more, hey, talk's for free. My email's coming up. My phone number's coming up. We'll see you next week right here. Another No BS Social Media Chat. Thanks.